Right, Mustang fans and surrounding areas, welcome to Monday Mustang Podcast. This is the evening where we talk Ingleside Mustang, Lady Mustang sports. We do have six podcasts scheduled for tonight, but we'll only get three coaches were unavailable to come on. So we do have three for you tonight, but we will talk, or I will talk about the program and what's going on with the coaches that couldn't come on and kind of give you an update on what's been going on with them. But three coaches unavailable. Three were able to come on. And on the first one, we talked this evening. We talked Ingleside Lady Mustangs basketball. And on the screen, I have our head coach here, Lance Whittle. Coach, how you doing?
Good, good.
Thank you for coming on, Coach. And like I said, I'm not going to keep you very long. Just have a few questions for you. The Lady Mustangs are in the playoffs. So congratulations to Coach Whittle and his assistant coaches and the Lady Mustangs. That was a goal of ours to get into the playoffs, and we have met that goal. And now we're going to go on the road and play tomorrow. And Coach will give us the rundown on that. But Coach, before we get into the playoff game tomorrow and stuff, I do want to recap one of the games that we played versus Sinton. We took the 1 point loss, 31-30 at their place. But the reason I want to talk about this game is the first go around when we played Sinton, they really handled us. They really put it to us, right? 49-18. They won big. Didn't know what to expect. We had some injuries in that first game. We got healthy, got some of our players back in the second go around, and only beat us by a point. So that was a big improvement from the first time we played them to the second time. What did you see from the Lady Mustangs in the second go around that you didn't see in the first game that almost got us the W?
Yeah, of course we had Ashley Marker back. She's the point guard, so our turnovers were, significantly less. So we didn't turn the ball over near as much as we did the first time. So that always helps. You know, and she also brings a lot of confidence to the other girls because they're free to do what they've been practicing all year for, and so they're more confident with because they're used to playing with their positions, and it just makes them at ease.
Coach, it was a great. That's a big improvement. I mean, when you take a big loss like that, and then you come back and you go into their place also, where they play really good, and to battle them and give them a game and just they get the 1 point win. In some ways, people tell me there's no more victories, right? A lot of coaches probably say that, but to me, personally, that was in some ways a win for us because we played them tough. That kind of shows us, hey, they beat us the first go around. We know we can play with some really good teams if we play our game. And I thought just battling in their place, competing, giving us our chance to win was a big way. It's in some ways a big win for us heading into the playoffs, right? With a lot of confidence, being able to battle Sinton in a game like this, which was great. So a lot of improvement in that game. Really excited about now the next game that the Lady Mustangs will play, and that's our playoff game in Palacios against Columbia, West Columbia. Uh,
Yes.
West Columbia was the first place team in their district. They're 24-8, something like that overall, 11-3 in district. For us, I don't feel, Coach, that Ingleside is the fourth place team. We obviously we had some injuries and we got into the playoffs, but I think this team is better than the fourth place team. Had we stayed healthy, I don't believe that this Ingleside team would have ended up in fourth place, but it's there now. So I think we're better than what our seeding says. But now you're taking on this West Columbia team. That game is tomorrow, February 11, 7 p.m. at Palacios, the high school. Your thoughts on what you want to see from your Lady Mustangs, but what do we got to do to pick up that win and get into the next round?
Yeah, we've all watched film on Columbia, and I think our girls feel confident that we can take care of our business and handle them. They're big, physical, strong team, and they like to. They got a couple of shooters on their team, but this week of preparation, I think the girls are, they're in good mind to go out there and get the win. That's what I expect. I think this is a team we can beat.
Yes, I've kind of looked at them a little bit. Like I said, I don't believe that if we'd have been healthy, we're better than the fourth place team to me. That's just my personal opinion. So I think we can really compete with them, play our game, and hopefully get the W. What's the mood been like? The girls, we brought in some girls this year, and one of their goals, obviously, with you was to get into the playoffs, and we have done that now. We've been there before. What's been the girls' attitudes? There a lot of excitement, I'm sure there is. A little nerves. What's it been like these last couple of practices heading into tomorrow's playoff game?
Well, actually, there hasn't been a whole lot of nerves the last couple practices. We got a lot of girls that have had playoff experience, so they've done a good job of setting the tone in practice. We're working hard, but there's a lot of laughing and having good time, and just real relaxed. But when it's time to get serious, we get serious about the job at hand, and so I'm real confident in our girls right now.
That's great. And Coach Ashley, I was looking at it today. Ashley is a junior, so she will be returning next year, correct?
Correct.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know that. I knew you and I had talked, and I said, I think Coach told me on the podcast that he didn't want to hurry her back because she was going to come back next year. And then I looked and I saw she's a junior, and I said, I'm going to ask Coach because I don't know. Sometimes those max press that I see, they could be right, and sometimes they're wrong on classification. So I said I better ask, but that's huge. Ashley obviously is not the whole team, but she's a big part. You heard Coach here said just when she plays, she brings that confidence. She's a point guard, sets everything up for the offense, and just grows around and just play with more confidence when you have your point guard. The point guard in basketball is like the quarterback. Everything runs to her or him, and so it's important. So having her back with some experience, and she's about Coach about 6'1", you said.
Yeah, she's 6 foot, 6'1". She's a tall girl, and you know, just good ball handler, and she can shoot the ball.
And so she can see over those other kids. There's not too many girls that are going to be 6 foot, so she probably has that advantage to being able to see what's going on. So that's a plus. So again, this game tomorrow is in Palacios. It is a little bit of a drive, but we invite all of the Ingleside Lady Mustang fans to take that drive out there for the support. It's a big game as the Lady Mustangs and Coach Whittle and his assistants will fight hard to get that W to go into the second round. So we definitely would like to see a crowd out there. We know it's a drive out there. The game time starts at 7, so you do got plenty of time to get out of work and make it out there. So we hope we get a good crowd out there. I think it's going to be a great game. We're going to battle, and hopefully, when it's all said and done, we're going to bring that W back to Ingleside, and we'll be talking to Coach about going into the second round. Coach, good luck tomorrow. I think this is going to be a great game for us. I'm looking forward to hearing from you the next day or that night, hopefully with a W, and we can post up some stats. A lot of playoff games also going on tomorrow, not just Ingleside as well. So as the girls start their by district first round of the playoffs. Because before I let you go, I also wanted to get your thoughts just on the other levels of basketball. How did things go? How did you see the season going for the sub varsities? And what can you tell us about middle school?
Yeah, the middle school, for the most part, I can't, all their wins losses. They finished their seasons like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but the seventh grade A team, they lost I think 2 or 3 games at the most. The eighth grade was about 2 games, and I think the B teams only lost maybe 1 game the whole year. So
Wow.
there's a lot of promise coming up there. Our JV team, I think they finished about 500 in district, but there's a bunch of freshmen there, so they're learning, getting better. There's a few of those girls I'm bringing up for to bring to the playoff game just to kind of get them because they're probably going to be on varsity next year, so it's to give them a little taste of what the playoff is, and just so they understand next year what we're working for.
No, absolutely. I think that's great. I'm going to lose a couple of seniors, obviously, so we got to replace them. This has been a team that has had a lot of adversity, Mustang fans. They went through a lot this year with some injuries to some key players. They continued to battle, lost some tough games, lost some close games, but they just continued to battle. They believed in the process, they believed in themselves. And through that adversity, they were able to get some of their players back before the season ended and get themselves into the playoffs. And now it's a new season. I hear coaches talk about when the playoffs come to new season, the regular season is over with. It's a new playoff season now, and we go 0-0 against a team. So whatever Columbia's doing on their side, whatever we've done on this side, kind of goes to the side. It's two teams that are going to battle tomorrow at 7 in Palacios. And hopefully, when it's all said and done, the Ingleside Lady Mustangs will be coming back home with the W, and we'll be talking about advancing to the second round. So again, we invite all the fans to go out to Palacios. It is a drive, but your support would be valuable. We definitely want it out there. The girls need it out there to pump them up to try to get that W and get into the second round. Coach, thank you very much. I didn't have a lot for you today. I just wanted to get your thoughts on the Sinton game and then get your thoughts and preview a little bit of the upcoming game. But I wish you all the luck here from the MPND Sports Network. I know you fought hard. These girls have fought hard. They've gone through some adversity, but at the end of the day, we're in the playoffs. I think we got a good shot of beating this West Columbia team tomorrow. But I will give you the final word. Anything you want to add before we let you go?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to come out and play hard and hopefully get a win tomorrow. And hopefully a few fans can come out there and make that hour and 45-minute drive and support us. And if not, just keep us in the prayers, and we'll hopefully come back with a win for them.
Absolutely, coach. And just I don't know if you know this, but whoever wins, who's the next team? Do you know what that next team looks like yet, or do you know what?
I believe it's Robstown and La Grulla, Rio Grande and La Grulla. I think they're playing, and we'd play the whoever wins our game will play the winner of that game.
All right. Well, you're hearing it here with Coach Whittle. And again, it's going to be a battle tomorrow. It is a long drive, but we invite all the Mustang fans to go out there. Those that can make it out there. And like Coach says, if you can, definitely pray for safe travel for coaches and the players on the way up there and on the way back. But Coach, I do believe we're going to battle, and we give ourselves a really good chance to win. Like I said, people think we're a fourth place team, but we're not. We're better. I believe in a fourth place team. And had we not been injured, I think we would have been a little bit higher. But we are where we are. We play who we play. Columbia's next on our list, so let's go out there and get the W. Coach, thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow. And when I talk to you next time, I hope it'll be that we got a W and we're talking about going into the second round.
I hope so.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was Coach Whittle. I didn't have much for him on this podcast today. Just kind of talk a little bit about the playoff game. But some interesting things here that happened. The Sinton game. We talk a lot about Ashley Marker, and I don't know. I've never seen her play. We've had her on the podcast, but obviously she is like the quarterback of this team. You heard Coach talk a little bit about when she's on the floor, just more confidence, the way the players play around her. She's like the leader, like the captain, right? So having her back has been huge, and being able to battle Sinton at Sinton and just take the 1 point loss, I think to me spoke volumes of where this team is and the potential it plays when it is healthy. Even though they took the loss, they played tough and put themselves in a position to win. You've heard me say earlier on this podcast that I do feel like this team is better than the fourth place team. I saw a lot of stats, talking to the girls, talking to the coaches, understanding what they want to do. West Columbia is going to be a tough team. They're the first in their district. I'm not sure how tough that district is over on that side. It's not going to be easy, but I think the girls are ready to battle, and I think it's going to be a good game. And hopefully, they'll give themselves a chance to win. Keep it close, and then pull it out. Or if we get lucky and just score and win big, that would be great too. But I do think it's going to be a battle, and the girls put themselves. This was a goal of theirs, especially for the seniors who are not returned. We had some seniors on our podcast who wanted to make the playoffs. This is the third year in a row that they've been in the playoffs. So regardless of what adversity they have faced or injuries they have faced, this team has always found a way to get into the playoffs. This year was no different, but I think they're healthy and ready to go this year. And so tomorrow's game is going to be a big one. But for the Lady Mustangs, they're going to do battle, and hopefully when it's all said and done, we're going to get that W, bring that W back to Ingleside, and we're going to be talking to Coach Whittle about the next round 2. That would be sweet. So again, good luck to Coach, his assistant coaches, to Lady Mustangs, and the safe travels up there and back. But definitely a goal that was accomplished to get back for the third consecutive time into the playoffs is huge for this program as it continues to build and get better every year. Then we were going to have at 6:30 to 7, we talk about our Ingleside Lady Mustangs, our soccer girls, who we will not coach. Lynch was unavailable to join the podcast tonight. So we were unable to, so we'll have him next week. He's scheduled to be back next week. He just couldn't make it this tonight. So we won't have a podcast with Coach Lynch, or the next one that follows, which is the 7 to 7:30, which is our Ingleside Mustang basketball coach, Mark Spencer, unavailable tonight. So both Coach Lynch and Coach Spencer were unavailable. We'll hope to have them back tomorrow. But the girls got a big win, I believe, 13-12 or 13-0 over Bishop. That was a huge win for Coach Lynch and his Lady Mustangs. And it's a tough district. I've seen the teams the last couple of years, and the girls are battling. I mean, the goal is to get into the playoffs. I think the Lady Mustangs have an opportunity as we get close now to get into that second go round in district. But every team is tough. Every game is tough. Good coaching in this district. A lot of good players in this district, and we've done battle. And the one thing that's very surprising to me is how young this team is and how they're battling. My 3 seniors, Coach Lynch will have most of these big percentage of these girls coming back next year, adding to what's going to be on our sub varsity. So what I'm saying is this team is a young team learning this year. Getting into the playoffs would be huge, but they're competing against some really good programs, and they're getting better every practice, every game. And you definitely need to come out if you haven't come out to see them. They've got some really talented players. Coach sends me the stats after every game, and you're seeing some young girls impacting the game every game consistently, scoring, assisting. And so a lot of girls there that put in a lot of time to make this program, get this program in the playoffs, right? Make it better every game, every practice, committed to what they're doing. And Coach Lynch is a great coach. So they're going to learn from him and his assistant coach. So they're doing great. Got a big win, 13 to 0, 12 or 13-0 over Bishop. Huge win. That's a big confidence. I think their next game is going to be against Toloso Midway. I think I'm right on that. If it is, TM beat them the first go around by a point, 4-3. So that's going to be a great game. That's going to be another battle. Hopefully this time we'll come out with the victory. So again, Coach Lynch unavailable to come out tonight, but we'll be back next week, and looking forward to talking more Lady Mustangs with Coach Lynch next week. And then Coach Spencer unavailable as well. Had a little family get together. He had to go attend. So we won't have Coach Spencer, but the boys are in the playoffs, and playoffs will start here. They've got one more game, and then they'll start the playoffs. And so looking forward to the Mustangs in the playoffs, and see where we land, and try to get that first round win, just like Coach Whittle will. So again, some tough losses here. Played Rockport Fulton. I was there. I wanted to kind of break that game down, but the coach was unavailable, so I don't want to break it down without him. But I was there. It was a very close game until we got to the third quarter, and then Rockport kind of was able to kind of string some shots, and the game got away from us, from the Mustangs. But they're in the playoffs. They've got one more game tomorrow at home against Beeville. That's going to be a good one. So we definitely invite everyone to come out to the gym for the final game of the regular season of the 2025 season. Beeville will be coming to town. The first one was really good in Beeville. It came down to the wire, and Ingleside got the win. So we're definitely looking to sweep Beeville this year. That is a good team on the other side that's coming in tomorrow. So definitely, again, would invite all of the Mustang fans, basketball fans, football fans, all kinds of fans to come on out to the gym and cheer for our Mustangs, as this is going to be a battle tomorrow. And again, we want to get that win. We're in the playoffs regardless if we win or lose, but to be able to go into the playoffs with the win and sweeping a really good Beaver team would be great. So definitely invite all of the Mustang fans out tomorrow to the gym, final game of the regular season, Beeville in town to take on your Mustangs. That's going to be a good one. And then following at 7:38, we will have Coach Lewis Williams on. We'll be talking Ingleside um, Mustangs soccer. And a lot to talk about with Coach Williams as far as the team, where it's at now, as they also are looking to get into the playoffs. Boys are playing good. They were a little injured at the beginning of the season, but they're getting healthy now. They're playing great soccer. So I'm looking forward to the podcast with Coach Williams to talk about his program and his players. And then following that, we'll talk Ingleside ladies softball. We'll have Coach Kevin Lewis on. He's scheduled to come on with a special guest. Senior number 14 outfielder pitcher Avery Adami is scheduled to join the podcast at 8 o'clock. It might be a little late after 8, but we'll definitely have scheduled to have Avery come on with Coach Lewis to talk about the upcoming season, her expectations, their goals. What does she think about the team? And then talk to Coach a little bit about some of the games that we play. So definitely tune into that. That's about 8, little after 8. You'll have the head coach, Kevin Lewis. He'll have one of his players, senior outfielder pitcher Avery Adami, is scheduled to join the podcast tonight at 8, a little after 8. And then the final podcast we have is with our Ingleside baseball podcast, Coach Richard Sanchez. He will be unavailable to come on. They're having a scrimmage tonight. I think it's there at home against Taft. So obviously with the scrimmage, he's unavailable to come. But as soon as he's able to come, we'll definitely get him back. So that's kind of what we do on Mondays. We bring the coaches on. Sometimes they can come on, sometimes they can't. We'll have 3 on and 3 that can come on. But again, I just wanted to kind of run it down for you. It's Monday Mustang podcast. And so really happy that these coaches are coming on when they can to talk about their program, to give some recognition to their players, rightfully deserved. We've got a lot of great athletes here in Ingleside, and I'm just a small part of bringing that out to the community. So again, going to take a little short, about 6:25, 6:30. We'll be back at 7:30 with Coach Lewis, and then we'll stay on for Coach Kevin Lewis, and then that'll end the podcast for tonight. So hopefully you guys will tune in live. If not, when you get an opportunity, definitely catch it. You can catch all of these podcasts. They'll go on all of the MPND Sports network, our social media platform, which is Facebook, Twitter, X, and YouTube. It's also can be seen on GT Sports Facebook page, also on Spotify. You can catch it on Spotify, GT Sports Premier Sports Talk. You can go there. It'll be there the next day, and on podcast as well. Pocket Cast as well. So there's multiple places that you can see this. But definitely like it if you do like it, and share it with other people so we can get more eyes on the podcast, so they can hear the coaches talk about the program as we recognize these players. They're much deserved, and so we want to get more eyes on our podcast. And like I said, we're starting to work now towards the streaming. We're going to continue to build our team there, so you're going to be seeing some streaming like you did for football, in baseball, and in softball. And then we'll continue to do that next year when volleyball and football starts. So if you're interested in being part of the team, part of learning what we do with our technical stuff, or you want to put the headsets on and broadcast or commentate, I should say, definitely reach out to me at my email, gtsports6464@hotmail.com, and I'll reach back out to you and we'll talk. And we pay our people to come do what they do. So it's not on a volunteer basis. You will get paid for it. But we're looking for people that are Mustang fans. If you have a little bit of knowledge of the game you're calling, that's always better. Don't need it. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. But it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. So we're hoping to put the podcast and the live streaming and all the interviews all in a bundle so you can get the full effect of the program. So definitely we ask for the support of the community for you guys to tune into the podcast, to share it, tune into our live streams when you can't be there live, share it. And then, we'll be looking for some sponsorships as well. So we'll be going around the businesses. Hopefully they like what we're doing, and they'll help us out here in building this program and having it there in Ingleside for a long time to come. We'll see how it all goes, but I enjoy doing this. I've enjoyed meeting the coaches and the athletes. So I hope we can do this for a long time to come. Again, that'll be kind of 3 shows tonight, 3 coaches that can come on. We'll be back on at about 7:30 in about an hour. will be with Coach Williams and then Coach Lewis, and then that'll end the day. So we'll be back here about an hour, 7:30. So tune back into the MPND Sports Network live, as we'll have two podcasts: our soccer girls and our softball girls coming up at 7:38, and then 8 to 8:30. We'll see you in about an hour.